Hi, I'm Teresa from Phoenix Gate Crafts, and let's talk about product versus process knitting. Now, typically there are two motivations for knitting, and it's not one or the other. It really is kind of a spectrum. You've got people who are making something so that they wind up with the end result. So that's the product knitter. The product knitter wants the end product. Easy, right? Then there's the process knitter. This is the person who doesn't really care about what they're making in the end. They really care about the process of knitting. They really like the stitches, the feel of the yarn in their hands. They like sitting there for hours having something to do with their hands. They might be a little bit more motivated for a project that is very large because they spend more time actually making it. Now, that's not to say a product knitter doesn't enjoy the process, and it doesn't say that the process knitter doesn't enjoy the product. You'll notice that in almost every video of mine, I am wearing a different item. Sometimes I'll wear a hat, but I have a million shawls. So I typically wear different shawls. Sometimes I'll wear my fingerless mitts. I have two different pairs. One time I wore some sleeves that I made. I typically wear these small items, but I'm a process knitter who likes these things. I am very happy when I finish an item, even though the process is why I do it, and I always need something in process to work on. So I am a process knitter. I like the feeling of having something in process in my hand. In fact, I like simple knit patterns and crochet patterns that are highly repetitive because that process of doing simple patterns I find very meditative. I like to sit and knit or crochet and I watch a TV show or a movie, or I listen to an audiobook, or I talk with my husband and my hands are going. It's a calming motion for me, just having something that my brain can kind of turn off on and think about other things that I need to think about. I also like the fact that as I do more and more complex things, I get better and better, and more things become easy for me. Like this has a little bit of a lace pattern to it, as well as some color work effects. And this was pretty easy because it was a whole big section of this before moving on to the next very easy garter section. But just because I'm a process knitter doesn't mean that I don't like the end result. I have so many shawls. That's why I primarily wear shawls for each of these videos. Part of it is an identifier when I'm editing, that if I have multiple videos when I'm wearing the same item in the same way, it's a sign that it's a video that's supposed to go with this other video, but also showing off some of the items that I've made. It's really exciting to finish a shawl, even though I'm not much of a shawl wearer most of the time. But then I hold it up to my husband and like, hey, look at this. I made this. Isn't this pretty? And he's like, whoa, get that out of my face. I can't see it. It's too close. I do like having an end result. It's really nice to have something that you can hand to somebody else. Like I've given away pairs of socks. I've given away giant crochet pillows that are shaped like pencils. I have given away little toys and amigurumis. So it's fun to make things that wind up as a thing that you can give away. I have made all of my Christmas presents for the last 3 years, for example. And I couldn't have done that if I didn't enjoy having a thing at the end. But for me, being a process knitter, that end result is a bonus. For somebody who's all about the end result, they typically pick a project so that they can end up with that thing, either for themselves or to give to somebody else. They might enjoy the process. They might get a lot of enjoyment and fulfillment out of the process, but that end result is kind of the goal. And I noticed that there is some things that if you're all about the product, but not really about the process, you're probably more likely to get frustrated with not being at the end of the project yet. If you're not enjoying the process, it's hard to get through a muddled middle section where it just feels like you're doing the same thing over and over again, or it feels like you're making no progress. I notice a lot of product knitters who don't enjoy the process so much tend to have some motivational issues getting through the process to the end product. On the other hand, those of us who are process knitters who really don't care so much about the end result might also flag in the middle, because that excitement of a new project isn't enough to get us through to the end. We're going to get excited about something else, or we're just not going to be in a mind frame that's good for this one project, so we're going to put it down because it isn't a burning need to have that end result for us. And we're going to work on something else. And it is quite likely, because we don't care about the end result, that we might forget that we have this other project until we see it again. So there's a plus and a minus for both sides. And the thing is, neither one is right. Just understand, if you're having some motivational issues, consider why you like to knit or crochet, and figure out if you're a process person or if you're more of a product person, because that can help you identify where the emotional, motivational issue is stemming from. Anyway, I hope that helped you. Happy crafting and good luck with that motivation. Bye.